سير إبراهيم محمد خليل الشويش سكان شمال غزة بيت حنون تم اعتقاله من مركز لواء الشمال في 10/12/2023. تم حجزي في أول مكان في ما يسمى براكسات في على الحدود. البراكسات هذه فيها تعذيب بشكل لا يوصف. طول 45 يوم مغمى عينيك وقاعد على ركبتيك، قاعد زي ما انت بتسجد على بس بتصلي لرب العالمين، مغمى عينيك ومكلبش وتنام وانت والكلب شد في ايديك. ثم تم نقلي الى سجن النقب. جميع انواع التعذيب موجود، ايش ما بدك تتحدث عن التعذيب موجوده. وقلت لك استعمال الشحنات الكهربائيه معنا، استعمل الكهرباء في التعذيب، زائد انه استعمل الكلاب في التعذيب.
All right, that was testimony from a Palestinian prisoner of the Israeli prisons, one of the Israeli prisons conducted by the Israeli government, that we, the United States government, is funding to the tune of many tens of billions of dollars to engage in what is torture. If you just had the audio on and don't understand the language, they had it translated and said that he was describing the forms of torture the Israelis were using on him and his fellow inmates. He was just released in part of the prisoner exchange with Hamas, and he's describing, he said, the torture that the Israelis used on him. They used electric shock. They had him wear shackles while they were sleeping. They had to wear shackles. They used dogs as a form of torture on them, attack dogs. And he's obviously very emaciated. He looks like he just came out of a Nazi concentration camp such as Auschwitz at the end of World War II. So yeah, the United States is funding this kind of the evil government of Israel, and I think that's wrong. You know, most people would agree that this is wrong. We should not. United States of America should not be funding this kind of this horrific treatment of other fellow human beings. But we are doing that. So why? Well, I think if this was better known, what was actually going on to what is happening to what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people, if that's better known, then it would not be. We would not continue. The United States would not continue to fund the state of Israel. But you don't see those that kind of testimony in the mainstream Zionist-controlled media. So as a result, people are oblivious to the nature of what Israel is doing, and the evil nature of the Israeli government and their military. And well, why is this so much control happening? Well, there's a lot of money. They have the Israeli government and Zionists in the U.S. they've infiltrated so many different levels of the government, media, finance, to the point where they're able to exert an enormous amount of control. They control the purses. They control the funding of all sorts of media organizations, and so they'll get people fired if they don't comply and put out news programs that are friendly to the Israeli government and the Zionist cause. As a result, like I got this video off of Twitter, and that's where I've saw most of the horrific acts, the horrific results of the acts of the IDF forces, Israeli Defense Forces, what they've done to the people of Gaza and the West Bank, and what they've done to the Palestinians in general. But that's one really good thing about Twitter is there's very little censorship for that sort of thing. So it does not take a whole lot of effort to find. If anybody who has honestly wanted to find out what's going on between Israel and the Palestinians, all you do is need to do a little bit of searching. Is go on Twitter, twitter.com. I know Musk wants to call it x.com or X. I'm not going to comply. Just he bought it. He wants to call it X. So he can do that if he wants to. But I still know it's Twitter. But yeah, just go on Twitter. That still works to go type in twitter.com. If you're not already have a user ID there yet, you might have to do that. Get a user ID and be able to log in to be able to view everything. But once you do that, then you could really see some. It's really horrific, actually. I'm able to separate. I'm still able to go on with my day without. It doesn't bring me down. I'm able to keep a psychological separation. It could get some people down if they see the sort of things, the images I've seen. So it's up to you whether you think you can handle it or not. But it's pretty bad what was done to the people of Gaza, and I'm able to keep myself psychologically separated. But there's but the thing is, it's hard to know what's going on without actually seeing these images and that kind of testimony that was just shown about what the horrors that the Israeli forces are committing against the people of Palestine. And so, yeah, it's all out there, and so I think I want to make sure that there's no confusion here, that I'm not. I separate Judaism from Zionism. I believe Judaism is a beautiful and ancient religion, but Zionism, on the other hand, is I view as a cult, or like a sect, a sinister sect that separate from Judaism, that tries to assign itself. They may identify as being Jewish, but they've really been led astray, and it's very unfortunate that through what has happened is that the leadership of the organized Jewish religion has also identified to a large extent has identified with the religious sect of Zionism. They've instead of they should have distanced themselves from that. The way that Mormon is the organized leadership of the LDS Church. The Mormons the leadership there have distanced itself completely, disavowed itself from polygamy, the polygamous sect of that same religion. And so as a result, when your people correctly criticize polygamy, the polygamists of being abusive towards women and girls, oppressive of women and girls. Nobody says, "Oh, why are you anti-Mormon? So anti-Mormon? Why do you hate Mormons? That's wrong. Oh, it's so bad to be to hate on the Mormons." No, nobody says that, because the leadership of the Mormon Church have already distanced itself and disassociated itself from polygamy, from polygamism. So you even have like a TV show I've seen on that's called "Escaping Polygamy." I think that's great. They're helping help usually to young women that can't help them escape from these abusive relationships and get them out of the polygamous sects, the sect of polygamy, and so that they could just live their lives freely and independently from that really what is really a cult. So that's great, but I mean, but the problem is with Zionism, they've managed to do just the opposite, and have convinced the organized leadership of the Jewish religion to make it think or claim and officially proclaim so much, not the entirety. There's a lot of I should make some more videos of rabbis. There's a lot of rabbis of the Orthodox Jewish rabbis who have completely disavowed from Zionism. They do not think the state of Israel should exist at all. But otherwise, a large proportion of the Jewish leadership have identified with Zionism, and that's very unfortunate, because it has turned out that the Zionist sect is much worse than even the polygamous sect is to the LDS Church, and so there's just because an organized leadership of a religion says this or that does not mean that is necessarily mean that it is true. The leadership of a religion, of an organized religion, are just as fallible as anybody else. They're able to make errors in in terms of what they believe to be true. What they believe to be true can be false, and in this case, it is false to claim that Zionism is equal to Judaism, when in reality it is contrary to Judaism. And but then that has caused the catastrophic results that the organized leadership of the Jewish religion have identified Zionism as being equal to Judaism. It's been, as a result, we've just had nothing but trouble since the creation of the State of Israel, since its formation in 1948, when the Palestinians who were living in the land that now is on the maps as State of Israel, when those Palestinians were forced at gunpoint out of their homes by the Israeli soldiers. They did not go. The Palestinians did not leave voluntarily. It was at gunpoint, under duress. That's the only reason they left their homes. And ever since then, State of Israel has stirred up nothing but trouble in the Middle East. Before they took over in 1948, all the peoples there of the Abrahamic religions got along real well. They were in a loving, peaceful, relatively speaking, loving, peaceful relationship between the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians. they're all getting along rather peacefully. But ever since then, since the Israel government took over using violent force, it's just been nothing but trouble. Around the whole Middle Eastern, it's just really been a lot of just destruction and violence. Really bad. I just want things to go back to when they were before the formation of the State of Israel in 1948. Before then, there was relative peace and harmony in the land of Palestine. It was called the Palestine. So I think that's what we should go back to. I want to go back to peace and harmony. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And that's what I'm advocating for. Go back to a time of peace and harmony. The Jews, Muslims, and Christians got along really well. That's what we need to go back to. That's what I just want to say for now. If you're still watching, thanks for watching.